everyone, to an episode of the Definitive Crusade, or as we're going to start calling it, the Definitive Couple. For I am joined by the lovely Freyja.
Hey guys! Yeah, we should change the name.
Yeah, we're going to change the name.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, what we should, the background, instead of having the whole Justice League, we should just have two characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's take votes on who. Not Catwoman.
No.
No, not Catwoman.
No.
Mind you, yeah, who's your favorite female superhero in DC?
Ooh.
Harley?
Oh, don't even. No.
Okay.
I don't know. I think my favorite would be either Barbara Gordon.
Cool. Let's stay there.
I was like, or I really like Jessica Cruz too. So
see, so basically, if you're Barbara Gordon, I
Yeah.
get a big Nightwing. Yeah.
Okay, fine. As long as it's not the Rick version.
No, it'll be the Buns version.
Yeah.
Definitely. I am so changing that picture next time around. There we go.
Yeah, just
In fact, you know what? Whilst we're talking, I will
gonna do
find. In fact, I've got one in.
I was like, there's plenty of Nightwing and Batgirl pics.
Yeah, but there's one. There's one
me.
that I'm really thinking of that I think is absolutely perfect. See if I can get it whilst we're doing this.
Okay.
Let's see. See. You know what? We'll go that one. I think we'll go that one.
Oh.
So,
Just a minute.
right.
One. Let's see.
No, I've got one. I'm just
let's see.
gonna. No, I'm gonna put it up later. I'll put it up later.
Oh, later.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. First book that we have to talk about today. You called a little while ago, and it's actually the end of a series.
Yeah.
What is it with DC ending series? What's that all about?
I don't know. Running out of money.
How
Can't
would
pay
you
the
say-
artists.
Why would you say such a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, all right. So you called it last time. It was,
Yes,
it is Batman One Bad Day, but this is the Ra's al Ghul story. Let me give you some stats on this bad boy. This is written by Tom Taylor, art by Ivan Reis. Danny Mickey helps out on inks. Brad Anderson helps out with colors, and Wes Abbott helps out with letters. Now, when I see these names, I see Danny Meekin and Brad Anderson. Those are the guys that help out on all the big event books, right? So, this is a one-shot.
Yep.
Does it feel epic?
I actually really liked it.
Mm.
I think they did a good job.
Okay, so what did we like about this?
First off, I liked the overall story.
Mhm.
It kind of delves into Ra's. You call him Ra's, I call him Raj, so I don't know. Ra's al Ghul's
Ra's al Ghul is
Ra's al
dead.
Ghul. Yeah, it goes kind of into his background and his motivations for things, and it does it really well. And we have Talia, which I want her more around. And then it has his the whole doggy scene. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I must admit, a bit of PTSD for me because this isn't admittedly not a wolf, but I know from first-hand experiences that dogs don't close their eyes when you have them euthanized. So
yeah, it's yeah,
thanks for that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I teared up. It made me so sad. I'm like, well, at least I know the book made me cry a little bit. So like, okay, well, they win points for that. You also say just how just straight up he doesn't care about anyone except for what getting in his way. Like he will take anyone out in his way for what his goal is, and he kind of. Ra's always kind of reminds me of Agent Smith from the Matrix, who's like humans are a virus on the planet. I'm like, here's the thing, bucko. Yes, that's true, but if you look at any other animal, they will freaking slaughter things and they'll kill things for fun too. So it's not just humans. Animals can do it too. We just have a higher intellect and can build things and do it on a bigger scale. So, but yeah, so he's going after the environmentalists because his dog died and he's pissed. And, you know, the dog was kind of hunted to extinction. The wolf was, which, you know, I understand in my area, the wolves were kind of going extinct too, but they're integrating them. Yeah, they're
repopulating them. Reintroducing them into the region.
It is. Yeah, reintroducing them, and I'm super excited and whatnot. And people are like, well, what about the cat? Wolves don't attack cattle unless they're starving. So as long as people don't be dicks and kill all the moose and the elk and stuff, and they're, you know, they're what they usually eat, they won't come after the cattle. So, you know, just don't.
It's a circle of life. This is what we're talking about, right? You know, everything's a food chain. So one does the other, does the other, does the other, does the other. And they've all lived in harmony for absolutely God knows how many years. Is it the wolves' fault that we've decided to put cattle on those fields? No.
Nope. And like I said, wolves don't attack cattle unless they're starving. So unless some douchebags are hunting more than they're supposed to be, the wolves will leave the cattle alone. And that's just, they've done statistics and studies and stuff. They don't go after cattle unless they absolutely need to, you know. And it's just, I was like, okay. And also Raj is such a great, well-written character because he's kind of like, yeah, I can see your point. And it's the same with Batman. I see your point, but you're doing it wrong, man. This is the wrong way to do it. And that's what I was like, Bruce is like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but you're murdering innocent people. Like in the book, he's like, oh, to cover up that I was targeting this person, I had to kill like over 3,000 innocent people.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Oh my gosh, these people did nothing. They were just there for a conference and you set them all on fire. Lovely.
Yeah, just to hide it. Yeah.
Just to hide your crime. I was like, that's the thing that Batman was talking about. He's like, I get it. These people are terrible, but you're killing innocent people too. You know, you're hurting people. And they did do a little dig at Elon Musk, but I was like, yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever, you know, I get it. But
I didn't think the environmental angle was overly preachy.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I thought, because normally when you try and sort of square peg real life issues into comics, it can go a bit Pete Tong.
Yeah.
But Raish has been this kind of eco warrior from the outset, so this isn't a new thing for him.
Yeah.
This is just next. I suppose this is a modern day extension of where he was in the 70s, to be honest.
Yeah, he's cleansing the planet. Even in like the what was it? The first not Keanu Reeves. Freaking A, he's on my mind for some reason. The Christian Bale. Yeah, well, it's because he's popping up everywhere because John Wick, you know. Yeah. So
John Wick 4. I mean, 4.
Whatever. But yeah, the Christian Bale movies. Was it Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight, Batman Begins.
Batman Begins, that was it. That was the first one. And they had Raj Al Ghul, and he was doing the same thing. He was cleansing the planet of these cities that he considered evil, and he'd kill everyone in there, including the children, people who were just trying to live their lives. So he's always been this way. That's why I was like, I like this one. It wasn't too preachy. He wasn't going on about we need to change this and blah blah, go green. Nah, he's just like, nah, I'm gonna kill people if they're not doing things the way I want them to. And the whole thing with Damian was fantastic, and Bruce and how Bruce was like, where's Damian? You took him. Where is he? Yeah. I want him back. And then Damian, like, wearing the mantle and, like, full on stabbing his grandfather in the chest. That whole thing was just great.
I agree. I think the book works really well. I think the art has shades of Jason Fabok, if you remember his run back on Detective. A couple of things art-wise I'm not overly keen on. This panel here, it looks like Damian's got like some sort of abscess growing on his cheek. And again, later on in the book, where Bruce ends up getting it, he takes off the mask. This panel here, his eyes are still black with white dots.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and I guess they're going for effect, but they're the only issues that I kind of had with the art. The art seems it reads really well. It's like a classic Batman, if anything. Yeah. Even when they go to have the eventual fight, because you know it's going to come, is that some of the angles and the scenes that you use, some of these, that one in particular, is an absolute homage from the classic In the Desert fight from I think it's Batman 244 or 242, something like that.
Something like
around
that,
there.
Yeah, and it's great. And it also kind of gave me the old Batman the Animated Series vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love this because he's shirtless and he's, he still has the cowl on. And I think I overlooked a lot of art. There wasn't a lot, but some of the art stuff because I was having such a great time. I also kind of like the scene where Raj is on the ground bleeding out. He kind of looks like a werewolf in that spot. Maybe because he's just straight up so hairy, but like it's only a couple pages away from that. Like he punches him in the face. But the story was great. I was really happy because these books have been like not good. For the most part.
That's an interesting take as well, because I mean you're absolutely right. I think some of the books have been absolutely terrible. The fact that the Riddler one is probably the best out of a bad bunch is unmistakable. It's unforgivable that you can stop that off. Just for the sake of the completist in me.
That's the scene. Yeah. Yes, I love that. I love it so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Atomic Junk, for the borrow. I appreciate
it's so great.
that.
I love this. And I'm gonna argue now that this one is better than the Riddler book.
Really? See, I think the Riddler book's amazing.
But I have a soft spot for Raj and Talia, so
well, I wanna let me just bring the book back up because there is the one, I suppose the one minor incident that I had that I didn't necessarily agree with is this depiction of Talia in this, to be honest, because I don't normally, let me find where I'm talking about, when she comes out of the pit.
Which time? When she's holding the pup or when she's the first time?
Oh, the first time. Where's that? Have I gone too far back?
Is it the whole like you're loved and whatever thing that she says?
Yeah, I don't see that relationship at all. Talia to me is always kind of got a backup, a chip on her shoulder, because she's the daughter of the demon, and he wants an heir. He doesn't want an heiress. And I know that might be a sexist thing to say, but that's the deal.
Raj is 700 years old. Of course, he's going to be sexist.
He's allowed to have these preconceived notions. I mean, he wants to destroy half the planets to save the planet. So, dissing a woman's probably not the biggest of his crimes. Just saying. But relationship-wise, I don't see this relationship out of these two. And I found it particularly a little bit odd. It was interesting, and I liked it. Especially as it progresses later on in the book, you see, obviously, she reappears and does the same trick. I also didn't think Lazarus Pits could awaken the dead, but obviously the rebirth of Jason Todd kind of.
Yeah, Lazarus it brings dead people back, with the whole, like, you could even argue with the freaking, what was that movie? Son of Batman, I think? With Damian, where was it Deadshot or
Deathstroke?
Deathstroke, where Deathstroke straight up murders Rage, and he was like a few inches from the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah,
but the Lazarus Pit, they kind of like, oh well, you're dead, we can bring you back. That's what this is. It's kind of that thing. It's a little fail safe in case they kill a character that people are like pissed off that they killed.
Pretty much like Batman in this book, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I knew the moment that, because he wasn't going to kill Damien. I was like, Damien's going to push him in the pit when Raj leaves. That's how Damien operates. Yeah. He's going to do what he wants, Took him 2 months. But one thing I will complain about that scene with Bruce coming out of Lazarus Pit.
Mm-hmm.
If he was dead, why did he grow a beard? Does facial hair still grow when you're dead?
That's a good point.
Because he's all scruffy. He wasn't scruffy when he died. He was clean shaven, man.
Oh, that's a good
He
point.
came out scruffy, like he'd been alive the whole time. So I don't know. I mean, I like the scruffy look, but yeah.
Checking. So yeah, the book uses lots of different, I suppose, elements to this.
Yeah.
You've got the detective element, you've got Race, you've got Talia, you've got this kind of scene that we've got up on the page in a moment where I put it there. Boom. There you go.
So great. So
This,
great.
whilst the figure work at the bottom reminds is obviously a homage to 244. We've just looked at that.
Yeah.
It also reminded me a lot of the Raish from the Arrow TV show.
Yeah.
Because they had that big fight scene in the snow, and one of them ends up going over the cliff.
Yeah.
So
I
was
stopped
kinda
watching Arrow, so I don't know about
So I was
that.
like, "Ooh, interesting."
Yeah, a lot of homages.
But no, I liked it. I thought it was equally up there. I think for me, this is probably my second favorite. Riddler wins it for me, hands down. Then I really like this one comes second. I didn't mind the Mr. Freeze one. I didn't mind the Catwoman one. The Bane one was terrible.
The Bane one was the worst.
And I have yet to read the Clayface one. It's in a pile somewhere.
Oh yeah, I know.
So there you go.
Yep.
Who knows? Who knows about these things?
Yeah.
How about you? So this trumps Riddler?
Yep. Yes, it does. But like I said, I have a soft spot for the Al Ghul family, so mostly because we never see them. We never see them, and I love seeing them. They're great.
I agree. The biggest take I got from this is that Raish is as stubborn as Bruce is.
Yep, or maybe even more so.
Or even more so, yeah.
Yeah.
And so really they just cut from the same cloth.
Yep.
Kinda. Right, there you go. That's one down. Next up is a book. Now, let me explain the logic before I pick this book, right? Before I reveal it. This book is coming up for a massive issue down the line. I think 800 sees a reboot or a restart or a refresh or something where they're going to go down a different angle. We're also going to bring on Tom King as the writer. Now, you would all know that I love Tom King's Supergirl. I hated Batman versus Catwoman. So which Tom King are we going to get? And who am I talking about? It is your least favorite character in all of comic.
I wouldn't know. That's Harley. But I don't like this. No, I don't.
Second.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Wonder Woman 797. The reason I picked this is because they're going for a change down the line. I thought we might as well throw some eyes on this now to see where we are before things change. Right. Pretty much the same way you did with Action Comics before 1050 came out. Unbeknownst to me, this is actually a Lazarus event tie-in, so it has absolutely nothing to do with what's going to happen down the line anyway. So thanks. So it's written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, who we know of Batgirl's fame. Art is by, I can't say this, so I apologize. Amanke Noholpan. I couldn't say it when he was writing, when he was drawing indie books. I can't say it now when he's art for DC. Colors are by the best name in the world for a colorist is Tamara Bonvillain. That just sounds great. And letters are by Pat Brosseau. What did you think of this book?
All right. So
now we've got the nice Freyja out of the way. Can we get back to normal service, please?
I'm still going to be slightly nice, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay.
I like Wonder Woman's new design. I like the armor and stuff. The headpiece, I think, is a bit much, but I understand what they're doing with it. It's not really my thing. The guy in the cloak, I was just getting straight Batman vibes the whole time. Especially in the scene where they're running from the zombies in the water. And they kind of show his face, but it's all like blackened out. I'm like, it looks like freaking Bruce for some reason. The squirrel. Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight honest and think that's the dumbest fucking thing they could have put in the book.
This is after they put a talking rabbit in the Shazam book.
Yeah, well, that's in here too. So let's not freaking stupid. Let's have a little pet squirrel. Yeah.
We haven't been reading this book, so we don't know if
I don't know what the hell the
has
squirrel's doing.
I'm glad you said it was a squirrel. I thought it was a rabbit at one point.
It's a freaking squirrel.
I know. Squirrels are great where I come from. So
no. I was like, okay, that just dropped it down to like kids book. And I'm like, well, It just kind of got rid of the urgency because I just went, oh God, we got a freaking annoying pet sidekick that's gonna talk. What is with the pet sidekicks? I don't like it. So I was like, okay, fine. Then the squirrel went away after she jumped into the water, and I really like the artwork of her swimming. It's nice. Actually, overall, I like the artwork. It's pretty nice. The shading though, I don't know what they're doing with some of the shading.
That guy cannot be stood on the stairs where the shadows are there.
Yeah,
and be in shadows as well. It's like,
yeah, he is the Shadow Man. I don't know. It was.
Don't say that. If he starts laughing, we're in trouble.
Yeah, because the shadows are literally like, I don't even know where the light sources are coming from.
Maybe he was born in the shadows.
He is the shadow. The shadow knows. He is the shadow.
Who knows the evil that lurks inside the hearts of men?
The shadow knows.
Good call.
I love it.
I love the shadow. I love the shadow.
I
right
too.
in my street.
I love the shadow. I found sorry, going off the rails. I found a YouTube channel that has all the like 1940s like shadow radio shows. I just sat there for like 4 hours and listened to all of them.
Good call.
I was like, these are great. These are ridiculous. I love it.
I used to have a run of the Bill Sienkiewicz shadow. But it came out as a mature book in the 80s. And the only person who was buying it was me. It felt like. And then it went all pulpy with the Shadow Strikes, and then Dark Horse got it for a while. And I mean, I followed him to Dark Horse. I love the Shadow.
Yeah. And then the freaking movie. I know the movie's ridiculous, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I love that movie. It's like bonkers.
It's so ridiculous.
She looks great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She walks in the silk gown. I'm like that. Whoa.
Yeah, she was fantastic. I like Tim Curry also, but I love him in everything he does.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the book.
Second shadow book.
So anyway, second story with Mary.
I'm going to tell you right now, I bailed on that. I was like, done.
I did not like it. I don't know why she's all of a sudden a 12-year-old again. I thought she was in college. But she's 12 now, I guess.
Movie tie-in.
Yeah, but then when she transforms, she's still a 12-year-old. And I'm very confused. I'm like, I thought when she transformed, she became the full-grown adult Shazam Mary Marvel. Why is she still 12?
Maybe to stop all the fun out of her.
It's just, I feel like, oh, we can't sexualize her. Like, sorry, but I read books for escapism. So, and guess what? When you're an adult, you don't have to be sexualized. Just don't draw her in sexy poses. It's not that hard. And we got that stupid freaking rabbit again. Sorry. Yes.
Dude, love the rabbit the first time around. And if we're going to talk about sexy poses, there we go. That's what you want from Wonder Woman. You want thigh boots and bondage. That's what you want in a Wonder Woman book. That's it.
Thigh boots and bondage. Her one weakness.
Yeah. And mine also, but that's a whole different thing.
That's different. It's great. She was kind of looking Xena-esque, but it's I don't know. This one, it's gotta see where they're going with it, really. I can't.
I'm with you. I like the design of this Wonder Woman. The art, I think, has a very fluid style to it.
Yeah.
Everything seems stretched out. So, I mean, I know I've mentioned that already, but she's leggy, to say the least, on there. Right? And that
no arguments here. Or no complaints, I should say.
Yeah. But that's all the way through. There's a bit where she kicks somebody and the leg seems to be like really long. And I don't have a problem with it either, to be honest. It is that body parts do get accentuated to show movement through a 2D image. I get it. I'm not, I have been reading comics a while. I liked the only bit I don't like about it is all the God stuff. It does my head in. Just trying to keep a track of who's who. Yeah.
You got to have your little.
Yeah, Yeah, I've got my Greek,
mythology.
travel book with me.
Your Greek mythology book with you. Who is
Yeah.
this? I just know that Hera is Zeus's wife, and she's pissy, and she's kind of a bitch, and everything she's in.
I
But
just
then
worked
again,
out. I just worked out today that you pronounce the bad girl's woman as Hecate.
Hecate?
Yeah. Where's she
Huh.
at? That's how I would pronounce it. Where's she at?
Oh, you mean the ghost lady?
There. How do you pronounce that word at the bottom of that panel?
Let me
Hecate.
see. Hecate?
Yeah, like
Um,
Chipotle.
Is that how?
Yeah.
Hecate?
I don't
Let
know.
me. I'm gonna.
I mean, how else do you pronounce it? Because, I mean, can't be Hecate. Can it?
Sorry if I'm.
No, go for it. TDC, today brought to you by the letters.
Let's see. No, it's Hecate. Hecate? Hecate.
No,
Hecate.
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 All right, Hecate. So overall, the Shadow Man I was absolutely bored with from the get-go, but it was good seeing the other Amazons in here.
Yeah.
I could do without the rabbit. And yes, I know it's a squirrel now. Thank you.
Look for the tail. If it's long and bushy, it's a squirrel.
and that's a motto to live by, boys and girls.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think that panel there shows the length of a leg again. And again, you don't mind it. It's got the speed lines on there, so it's kind of showing that.
Yeah.
I'm not reading, and this is probably a fault of ours rather than the book. I've not read the Lazarus Planet of the Gods #1, nor do I plan on reading the second Planet of the Gods #2.
No.
So I'm probably just going to jump straight to Wonder Woman 798 and see what the crack is from there, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much going to done without this. But it's Planet, Revenge of the Gods. Sorry. So yeah, but overall, you know what? It is fun touching base with Wonder Woman every now and again just to see what's going on. She is one of the three, as they say. All right, so 2 down. A time for one of our adverts. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to embarrass Freyja again. So this is the K-pop Cosmo ad. Here we go.
Oh. Woo.
There you have it, K-pop Cosmos. I keep saying Cosmo because I'm an idiot. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And as you can see, we've changed the pictures. Hey! Woo! Check it out. Yeah. Pretty old faces of covering Barbara, but still.
That's fine. Woo!
Definitive couple. Back again. All right. So, people pick books. And when they pick books, they don't realize the ramifications of which is thing or what that means down the line. All right. So basically, long-winded way of saying we're still in the Flash. Yeah, there we go. So this is Flash 795. all part of the ongoing storyline, which is the 1 Minute War. Damn it, Barry Allen, damn it. We looked at this as one of the specials recently, so I thought it'd be a good call to kind of see us through. Because I tell you what, it's like something like 6 issues. It's the longest 1 Minute War in the world, but still. This is going to take the rest of the pod just getting through the credits. Sorry.
Go.
Right, here we go. Written by Jamie Adams. Tick. Art by Roger Cruz, George Cambadias, and Fernando Pazarin. Inks by Wellington Diaz, George Cambadias, and Oclair Albert. Colors by Louis Guerrero and Matt Herms. Letters by Rob Lee. I tell you what, there is a ton of creators on this book. And I, as always, do not think that works. Too many cooks have certainly, for my opinion, spoiled this broth. There is just a mix of styles going through. And it just distorts the story for me. Love to see the Liberty Bell costume back. Bring back the good old GSA vibe. As for everything else, it's just continuation, right?
Yeah. It's
well said.
It's
well said.
So far, it's how many books is this supposed to be?
Well, this is part 6 with conclusions next time. So next month we'll see the 7th issue of this storyline.
Okay, and it was all in Flash, or did it have branch out books that you had to read too?
Was it? I think it was just all in Flash, was it not?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with this one. I know they had specials.
The special was a collection of the previous issues.
Yeah. So, okay. Do you want to go first, or should I?
No, I'll take it from there. Go for it.
So I don't know what's going on with this art.
Too many cooks is what's going on with that art.
Yeah, and you're on the perfect page to illustrate my point. What is going on with Barry's legs? What is this? What
you mean here?
What is this giant legs shot with tiny torso?
Maybe he's jealous of Wonder Woman.
I guess he wants the legs, man. But he ain't got no hips, and there's like no definition of like the leg. It's just like a straight boop down thing. It went. I don't understand why. Because the legs were kind of the focal point, but you just went bloop bloop bloop. Yeah. 2 seconds. And I don't know who's doing the shadowing once again or whatever, the inking. What's going on with the black? Because it's just like I don't get what's going on with that. It's in weird random places. Because you have the shadowing and then you have like the darkness, but then like it's not on the gold, it's just on the red, and it's just kind of weird. And then they have these great
3 inkers, Freyja. 3 different inkers.
Oh, so one of them does like everything, and then the other 2 are like, well, I'll just slap some ink here. Say that's my contribution. Yeah, because it's in the weird places, but then we have good scenes, like good panels, and I'm like, okay. And then we once again get the weird, like, what's going on with Liberty Bell's foot in what page is this? Page 11, I think.
The one that's on the screen.
Yeah, like what's going on with her foot? It's like it's all jacked up. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and everyone's faces are gone for some reason too. Like Wally, everyone's face is just not there except for Jessie and little pigtail girl. I can't remember her name. I
don't know either.
I don't remember, but like everyone's face is gone. Everyone's face. Liberty Bell and Pigtails are the only ones who have face. And then the next panel, the next page, with the guy that she told me his name last time, but I didn't care enough to remember. They got the
Max Mercury.
Max Mercury. Like it's the panel. It's the page after Liberty Bell busts in, where you see his back.
Oh, that was it. That one.
No.
That one.
Yeah, like what is? It's the black. It's like the smudge. It's the smudges. I'm like, why? Why does he have a straight up smudge on the back of his head? Isn't his head round? What is going on? I don't get it. And then of course we have that scene with the Flash, which I think maybe, and that's the same panel down. Like I said, they're at the black, but it's not going on the yellow. So it's just, I guess that's a stylistic choice, but I just don't. Just, and then the next page after, when freaking Wally's hugging Pigtail Girls, it's that black smudges again. What is with the black smudges? Why? Just, it makes it weird that it happens on freaking Barry's legs again, and Jay is the only looking normal one. He's looking like freaking Cable shooting that gun. Around.
He is.
He looks like Cable. Like, he's straight up Cable. He just needs the cybernetics.
Well, I think we said this last time. Chris, where are we at? Roger Cruz did have. He had a website which would put down like somebody's original art and then like a homage piece.
Yeah.
And they'd say, is this a steal, is this a lift, or is it a homage? So it kind of, back in the day, according to a couple of websites, not me, I don't know the guy, but a couple of websites were saying that he was known for this, for kind of, homaging, lifting, re-representing stuff. We saw it the last time because that female character looked like,
Oh, they're in this too.
So, you're absolutely right. Cable vibes all the way through.
Cable, Sinestro, we got everyone.
I mean, I know Linda's supposed to be pregnant, but that is not how you draw a pregnant lady.
I'm surprised she can move around. Have you? I was like,
have I been pregnant? No,
I was like, no, I was not gonna ask if you've been pregnant. I was gonna ask, like, have people like ever been around pregnant women? Like when they're that far along?
Yeah.
They ain't moving and doing shit. They're not feeling good.
Yeah.
They can't touch their toes.
They can't see their toes.
They can't see their toes. They're using their belly as a table, like, and they're asking for like pickles and peanut butter. It's just
using the belly button as a dip jar.
I was like, what? I guess she's pregnant, but what's going on with that fetus when she's going through the Speed Force? Like, could you imagine? Like, the baby doesn't have a connection to the Speed Force, and she's just running at ultrasonic speeds. That baby, oh, sorry guys, but that baby's not gonna make it. It's just, oh no. They don't even watch you when you're pregnant. They don't even watch you doing extreme exercises, let alone run the speed of light. And fighting. She has a little kick. I'm like, wait, stop hurting the baby. You're gonna get the cord wrapped around its neck. Just stop. Let everyone else fight.
Oh dear God.
And I'm like, it's not because she's female. It's just, you're gonna get the cord wrapped around the baby's neck. Just stop. But I'm just, okay. I'm like, you can be pregnant. Just hopefully.
You would have thought. I mean, if we're going to talk about the logistics of this, I would have thought that the baby would grow quicker than a normal baby if it was attached to the Speed Force.
I don't know what would it do, because everyone who has the Speed Force wasn't really Barry's kids were, but
it's not Barry's kid. It's Wally's kid, and Wally has to eat calories to maintain his metabolism.
Yeah, so if she's eating for 2 Speed Force people, that lady's going through a freaking grocery store a day.
Yeah, cost of crisis living poor. Hey,
oh my gosh,
that's going to be big for her.
If I had the Speed Force, I'd be a villain because I'd be stealing food. I wouldn't be paying for it. I'd be like, screw that. I'm gonna rob the grocery store just so I can maintain, But yeah, she can be pregnant and all that, but it's just it makes me like, oh god, the baby though, like poor baby.
Back to this.
Anyway,
I did like how they explained how Barry can't just go back in time and fix this, because this is one of our questions that we had previously, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why can't Barry just go back in time and fix this? Well, the reason he can't go and fix it is because with these aliens on the planet, and they're all using the Speed Force, the Flashes don't have enough Speed Force to do that time travel stuff.
Yeah, they're already moving at the super high speeds, so you can't do anything really. Yeah.
So they've got to hotspot it.
Yeah. So anyway, this besides the artwork and the ridiculous pregnancy thing and the what was her name, Gold Beetle showing up at the end. I think that's Gold Beetle. Last time I saw her, she was a kid, so I don't think that. I don't know. And the Planet Flash, Like, oh great. And then we have like Conan the Barbarian. I don't know who he is.
I must admit, I'm kind of lost on the whole thing, to be honest.
I'm just kind of laughing because you're looking at all these like guys and their superhero stuff, and then you got dude in the hoodie. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, all right. I mean, just dude in the hoodie. Okay. I don't know. Way to stick out.
I would argue, you know, when you were saying how there was like the art's wonky, and then you come across a good panel.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to say that I don't think that's a panel. I think that's called an advert.
Okay.
You know.
And
as we've seen quite a lot of the advert for this last book in the books we've been looking at. If anyone asks, we have gone through the books we've gone through predominantly weren't from this week, they were from the week before. We don't normally go 2 weeks back, but to be honest, there was only something like 8 books came out this week, and they weren't great books. And we wanted to talk about some different things this time around, so that's why you got that. But one of the books that did come out this week that we're looking at is Freyja's Choice, so you know we're in trouble. It's The Unstoppable Doom Patrol, written by Dennis Culver, art by Chris Burnham, who you may remember, who was the artist on I've just blanked. Was it Batman? Was it Batman Inc? No? Or was it Batman and Robin? Batman and Robin. It was Batman and Robin. There you go. Back when it was Bruce and Damian. Colours by Brian Reber, who you Marvel fans will hopefully recognise as the colourist for Black Cat. Letters by Pat. Where's his name again? I've lost it. Pat Brasseo again. So there you go. Doom Patrol. I have one word for this. Like, what? What? So, Freyja, why on earth did you pick this other than throwing darts at the dartboard again?
You know me so well. To get out of the big three.
Oh, fair enough. Fair shout.
Yeah. So I like to choose books sometimes that have nothing to do with any of the big three or, you know, the Justice League. It's, you know, give some spotlight on the little guys, I guess, the C and D teams. But most of the time I regret it. So we shall see about this one. This one, the art, it wasn't bad. I'll give them that. The art was good.
That is normally the opposite of bad. Well done. Good use of English there.
So it didn't do anything too wonky, but then again, everyone was wearing masks, so they got away with that. Like, they had these little square for eyes for the gut henchmen and stuff. So I was like, okay, I will go though. Well, and people have weird shaped heads, so you know it's fine. So they got away with that. Batman and Robin showing up. I, for some reason, thought that Damian was Dick Grayson. I don't know. Just maybe the way he was acting.
I thought Damian was more Dick Grayson in the Rash book than he was in.
Yeah, he kind of did. But then again, it was kind of a father-son story going on. He kind of acts different in that way. But Damian's usually a like straight up dick to everyone he meets, and he was not doing that in this book. So I kind of thought he was Dick Grayson. But then because he also kind of makes a joke and like, okay. But it was like, nah, it's Damian because Grayson is Nightwing right now. So
could not be Tim.
It's not Tim. We all know that's not Tim. Tim's off. It's not Tim. We all know this. I mean, I guess it could be because he is older too. So I don't know who this Robin is now that I'm looking at it more. I
think it's Tim.
Probably. It might be. But why would he come back?
I don't know. He was never left. He was in the Batman room by Chip Zdarsky.
He left. He left. He went and got a crappy boathouse.
Why would it be Damian? That is clearly a Tim Drake costume.
It's got to be Tim, but
because there's no hood. And one of the things that Damian loves is
he does have a hood. That's true. So that's another reason why I probably thought it was Dick Grayson. So it's probably Tim then, but I'm confused as to why Tim's with Batman then. But either way, I liked Beast Girl. I thought her design was cute.
Mm-hmm.
She's adorable. The whole story though, it's not for me, but if people like ridiculousness, then cool. This is totally for you, but it ain't for me, because they're just in Gotham collecting. There's actually 2 stories going on, which kind of threw me off a little bit at first.
You okay?
There's the Doom Patrol, and then there's the I don't even know what to call it, the Gorillas.
They're they're the bad guys.
Yeah, and their whole thing. I actually like their story. It was quite interesting. The betrayal and the death. Full stomps on his face. But otherwise, the story was just kind of forgettable. Like, I'm trying to remember what it was about, but I can't really.
No, I have no idea either, to be honest. And the Doom Patrol, when they first were started kicking around, there were a lot of, back in the day, if we're talking old timers day, back in the day there was a lot of brouhaha about them being DC's version of the X-Men. The fact that the guy was called a professor, he was in a wheelchair, they all had unexplained powers or things that had gone wrong with them that kind of gave them their abilities to make them stand out against the DC universe. Not like your traditional superhero. Sound like anybody we know? This time around, partly due to the popularity of the Netflix series, I'm sure, this has become more like this. I mean, at times the book Doom Patrol's been absurd for a number of years. Under Grant Morrison, there was a cross-dressing sidewalk and stuff like that, and zany ideas are all well and good, but you're absolutely right. It's each to their own. With that in mind, bearing in mind everything I know about Doom Patrol, I don't understand why we've had to have a gender swap on a couple of these.
Yeah.
I mean, Beast Girl, I get, because Beast Boy is Beast Boy, and he's got his own thing going on now. I'm not sure why we've got a new chief, because the chief used to be the professor. I don't understand why that's even occurred.
I don't know.
If I'm honest, I wasn't looking forward to reading this book because it's well out of my wheelhouse. And after reading it, I'm still all right not reading it.
Yeah.
But Doom Patrol has a huge fan base. I'd like to think, or else why would DC do this? I'd be interested to know if anybody who likes the Doom Patrol or reads them regularly gets in touch with us, and they can tell us what they think. Does this match with any of the Doom Patrol series that they've seen before? The Twitter links are there on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to reach out to Freya or I to have that conversation, or put comments into the YouTube so we can get some conversation going. Yeah, the art works, but then I kind of expected it to. Chris Burnham's great at doing this sort of stuff. If you think about all the different character designs he had in Batman for a while, that was going on. So the whole Batman Incorporated thing and things like that was great up there. So there you go. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on that one.
Yeah.
Stop picking books.
Sorry, I gotta pick more books. The more books you make me pick, the worse they get. Because I start running out of desperation.
Well,
what am I gonna pick? I have to pick 2 books this week.
I mean, I'm having a go. I'm not really having a go, but that week, let me just bring the list up. I mean, you had Action Comics, you had Batman. We had Batman Gotham Knights, which is of 6 of 6. Blue Beetle Graduation Day, Dark Knights of Steel, which I don't know, has kind of dropped off everyone's radar, but DC Ruby, which I thought you might have gone with, Detective 1070, Gotham City Year 1, Harley Quinn, Lazarus Planet, Punchline, number 6, which I'm glad we didn't touch.
Nope.
Sandman Universe, Tim Drake, which we know is getting cancelled in 2 issues' time.
Thank goodness.
And then Waller versus Wildstorm, and I'm glad you didn't pick that either. So out of that
I almost did, though.
Did you?
I almost did.
I looked at it. I must admit, I looked at it. I thought, we'll see what this is about. And then 2 pages, I was like, right, we'll pick something else.
Yeah.
So it's been a slow. I think a slow week this time for comics.
It was like scraping the bottom of the barrel. It really. I try. Sometimes I try to pick good books, but then there's just nothing, and I just can't. And the DC Ruby thing, yeah, no, I used to watch Ruby, but I checked out a while ago. I don't like it anymore, so that's why I didn't pick it. I'm just gonna say it's interesting seeing them in a 2D style as adults, but nah, I wasn't gonna pick that. I wasn't gonna put everyone through that because I'm not that terrible. At times,
no, really.
at times I have my moments. I can be nice, or I could be just straight up evil and try to mess with people.
I'm just seeing if I can find a list of comics for next week. Let's see if I can find one.
Yeah.
2 weeks out. No. What, 2 weeks?
I'm gonna choose the last one. I think unless I forget, I'll probably choose the last Tim Drake book just so I can.
Why would you do that? All right, so this is what we've got looking forward to next week, or tomorrow, or today, even when this pod drops. It's going to be Adventures of Superman John Kent, number 2 of 6.
That one's also getting cancelled, I think.
Well, it's only 6 issues long, so
Yeah.
Batman 134, Batman and the Joker, Deadly Duo, number 6 of 7. You've got a deluxe edition of Batman Spawn. You've got a trade paperback of The Doom That Came to Gotham, which is the story by which the new animated movie is based on, and it is terrible. Then you get a facsimile of Vengeance of Bane. You get a hard copy of the Failsafe story, DC Vampires Volume 2, Fables, Flash, Icon versus Hardware.
Wait, didn't we already finish DC Vampires?
This is a hardcover collection.
Oh, okay.
The Joker Who Stopped Laughing, Poison Ivy, number 11, and some Sandman stuff. So really, next week there's not a lot going on either.
No.
Good to see that the end of the Flash stuff's coming up though, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of events, though. I'm just tired of events.
Is it an event if it's only in one comic book?
Well, I guess not.
No.
I don't know. It's just they're treating it like an event. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of reading The Flash.
You start us on this.
I know.
Merry trip.
I did. I'm exhausted already. I regret my decision.
Ooh, I'm all tired out. Well, you never know. It's it's the last issue of the series of that run, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Josh or Matthew can come in and save us from that. Who knows?
Maybe we won't be the definitive couple and we'll have a group.
I've just changed this background.
I know. We can keep it while they're here.
First.
We can keep it while they're here.
All right, cool. There you go. So 4 down. Let us know what you think. You've seen the comments. Type it in YouTube. You know what to do. Cool.
Yeah.
Freyja, thank you so much for spending the time with me.
Problem.
I really appreciate it.
Problem.
Don't forget to check out the UC Pen for all your favorite shows, including Freyja.
K-Pop Cosmos, where we talk about and highlight K-pop groups and soloists throughout the years.
And of course, you've got No Prize Podcast, which drops alternate weeks to us about Marvel, MCU, Disney Plus. There you go.
Ooh.
So expect some more Mando stuff in that if you are so inclined. And of course, the Old Times Comic Book Show.
Yeah.
Well, of course, aren't old, but the comics most certainly are. Freyja has inspired me that we're going to have to do a Shadow special.
Yeah, the Shadow.
The Shadow knows. Definitely. You have inspired me.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. I've been your host, joining the Machine Hughes. And as always, adios.
Hi, guys.